Hi, and welcome to Alaskan in the Philippines, currently in Thailand. Today I thought I'd talk about my budget a little bit. I've been here like 6 months, and it's kind of been changing a little bit. I've been changing rooms and I've been losing deposits and everything, so it's kind of been hard to do a budget. But I'll break it down of what I've actually do spend. I can get it somewhat close. Remember, I'm terrible at math. You guys might want to all redo my numbers. But anyway, my rent I went down this past month because I moved, so it's now 11,000. That's $330 roughly, about that with the exchange. So $330, and then there's an ATM fee to get that out of $6, so I have to pay $6. I could get more, I guess. So I don't, I could get more than that. So I could get more. And then my electric last month or last time I paid was only $7. It's really cheap. I couldn't believe it. But yeah, so I'm using a little aircon now. It might kick my electric bill up a few bucks or maybe a lot. We'll see. I just turn it on to cool the room when I come in sweaty or something, and I shut it off. So, and then other than that, I use a fan all the time. There's no real lights. There's an electric water heater for the shower, but even with that, I shower every couple of days and then don't kick the bill up to $7. Like I say, they're very efficient. I think everyone should have them. They're big and all over Asia and the Philippines, but you never see them in the US. Probably not UL approved because it's electrical in the shower. I was leery at first, but yeah, they're very efficient. So yeah, $7 electricity, and I don't get a water bill. I don't know. I didn't get one last. Maybe it's included in the rent, but I'm sure it'd just be a couple of bucks. I did get one at the other room, and it was only like $6 or $12. It was very cheap. Less than that, it's $4 or something. And then my visa, so far I'm still on a tourist visa doing border runs, and my border runs are $150 for 2 months. And then so that's $75 a month. And then I can get another extension for $60 for another month. So I'm just gonna go with $75 a month for visa. For now, it's gonna cost me some money next. I gotta get a D visa or a retirement visa here coming up, and it's going to set me back a bit, so I got to think about how I'm going to do that here coming up in the next couple of months. Moving right along, my food, I spend about $16 a day. You can eat cheaper than that, but I get some snack foods too. I go to the 7-Eleven. I buy mostly jackfruit and yogurt and things like that, and I do buy some little small cakes for a dessert, and that's about it. And then also TP. So that at $16, I figure a day comes to $480 a month. That's quite a bit for me. I think back in Alaska, my food was free. Most of my food was free back in Alaska. I just had to buy condiments and things. I made my own bread even. I buy flour and sugar and tea, and my bees made honey, my chickens laid eggs, of course I had to buy feed for the chickens, but they ate in the summer pretty cheap. And then, yeah, my moose and salmon meat was all free, and all my waterfowl I could eat, and other fish and stuff. So my food was basically free. I'm not used to shelling out money every day for food. I know that must sound strange to you guys, but yeah, I should expect to pay for food when I come to Asia. But yeah, it'd be cool to raise a garden here and a few chickens. That's kind of my goal, and have a pig and butcher it up in a freezer to put it in, and maybe a cow, buy a hind quarter or a side of beef. That's what I would like to do, live back cheap like I was in Alaska. That would be cool. So yeah, and then TP and toilet paper and toothpaste, I figured at $10 a week, maybe a little cheaper than that to be on the safe side. But that's another $40 a month. Transportation, literally, is I don't pay anything right now unless I have to go to the hospital. That was the only time I was getting grabbed, when I had to go like 5 miles out, and I still could have took a baht bus for like 50 or 20 baht, 40 baht each way, or 20 baht each way. So I could have got it cheaper, but I paid a grab, and the grab was only $3, 100 baht, $3. And that's, I want to point something out too. When you're spending with baht, it's real easy to overspend baht, because you're looking at something that says 50 baht, and you're thinking, wow, in your mind it's 50 cents, but it ain't. It's $1.50. And you look at 100 baht, well, that's $1. Well, no, that's $3. So it's easy to and for me, coming from Alaska, where money was practically worthless, I couldn't buy anything there. There was nothing to buy. No stores, hardly, just two real small stores. You could buy junk food and some, we had some basic items we could buy, some food and stuff. We weren't toting, but it was nothing like having shops where you could go around and buy clothes and all that stuff, different stuff. So literally, if I wanted to buy most things other than some food, groceries, and much poor selection at that, I had to get on Amazon and order, and that's what I did a lot if I needed something. So yeah, money was worthless where I was. Here I got all kinds of stores, and I can float my money all over the place, and I do, and it goes quickly. Keep that in mind. Watch your spending, because it can get away from you quickly here. Buying in the land, everything's so cheap. You just think, oh, it's so cheap here, just nothing, but actually it adds up too. So you're spending more than you think. And after my transportation, so it's zero, I'm not taking any rides. I'm not using any. I walk everywhere I go. If I walk to the markets, I walk to the malls, I walk to the immigration. There's nothing. I walk to the beach. There's really nowhere for me to, unless I go to a long ride. And I do spend some money on transportation, actually. I'll go into that. And then I have my massage. I go and I get a cup of coffee a day. Usually I'm starting to drink these iced coffees or iced tea, and there's like 65 bahts. So that's like $1.50 or $1.70. And I get a massage. That's 100 baht. That's those chair massages. They're real nice. You put a 100 baht bill in, you get 30 minutes. That's $3. So that's another 90 bucks I had come to see, over a period of a month, that's how that spending adds up. My phone and internet's 1,000 bahts. So that's 30 bucks a month, and you got to have that. Plus, I actually have another online number for $5 a month. So I use that when I can get text with that from the U.S. So I have another $5 expense. In the ATM for all that, I would say another $20, and that's about it. And I really can't think of much else other than that. And that comes to, in my poor math and roughing it out, it come to about 1,076 a month is what I'd be spending to support myself. And that's about accurate. I would say pretty close, probably within $100 or so. And keep in mind, I don't have any drinking or not. I'm not smoking cigarettes or nothing. So if you do those, their habits are gonna put you up into the higher tax bracket too by a little bit. You can factor that in. The drinking would get expensive pretty quickly, I think. Got bar girls coming up wanting lady drinks and stuff. They'll get expensive. So I'm not in there. I don't drink anyway. So I'm just drinking water. Basically, I don't have pop or anything like that. Just green tea and water. And I'm starting to have coffees with just a little bit of sugar. And my coffee, I buy honey and stuff. I don't buy, I'm eating out. I don't buy much for condiments, just honey. And that's about it, basically, for putting in my, and I'll get whipped cream for my green tea. Yeah, that's right, whipped cream. So there's a few little expenses that add up, but I add that kind up with my food. So I'm at 1,076 at a bachelor life, no going out, no taking trips, no traveling around or anything, no renting a scooter, no sightseeing tours. Just me entertaining myself, walking to the beach and the malls and all that. And also I got a friend that I take out once a week. That's my bill too, that would add on to me. I bring her out and we eat, and I hire her brother for transportation or a Grab for rent an hour, 2 hours usually. And we'll go to a temple or just go out to eat every Sunday or something. And I figure that at about $60 a week for her, me and her entertainment and transportation and food. So times that's another $240 a month. So that tax it up, that brings you up to around $1,300 for having a girlfriend. I'm a cheapo, and that's only 1 day a week. If you had her daily, it would be expensive to keep a woman and eating dinner with stuff. You could do it, and it wouldn't have to be eating at the fancy places all the time and going out. But yeah, those are about my expenses. So I would say roughly I'm spending about $1,300 a month, and that's about, it's getting close to my limits too, so I'm gonna have to buckle back. I'm hoping to supplement my income a little bit, but you can't ever guarantee it. Like this YouTube thing, I'm hoping to get monetized. Well, I am monetized. I'm still waiting for a PIN number, and the money, I ain't making much money. I think I have like $45, and I've made so far. But yeah, I can't access it until I get the pin that's supposedly shipped to Alaska, and that hasn't come yet. So I don't know if I'll ever get paid from this or not. But yeah, so far it's a good life for me, and it's cheaper than I could live. I couldn't do this in Anchorage. I couldn't live for $1,300 in Anchorage. There'd be no way. And I'd probably over budget trying to live in America right now. So I'm kind of destined to Asia's low prices. It's still expensive. It can eat your money fast if you're not paying attention, and you're out and everything's so fun and new and cheap. You think it's so cheap, but it is. But you're spending more on it, so it adds up, Well, anyway, that's my budget. You could probably narrow it down, and I'm sure there's a lot of people can live on it cheaper than that, and I'm sure the Thais live much cheaper than that too. So yeah, you could really budget it down, but you can't get past those ATM fees. You can't get past the visa fees, and you got to eat, and you got to have a place to live. So you really can budget it down. You can find a cheaper place too. I had a place that was only $190 a month. I might reconsider something real cheap like that again, just for the low season or something, and then get something nice for the high season. It'll be, save some money that way. You could, But anyway, that's my thoughts on and my budget for this month. Your results will probably vary, but yeah, that's give you a baseline of what it could be and what it maybe shouldn't be. We'll see, depending on what you can afford. And of course, have a cushion of savings in the bank, to at least enough to get yourself back home, and maybe stabilized if you had an accident. Have enough to get yourself stabilized at the government hospital to where you could travel back home too. So 5 or 10 grand would be a little safety buffer for you to have, that you wouldn't want to be depleting before you got out of there. So as long as your budget's making it, you can stay and enjoy your retirement. And that's hopefully what I'm going to do. And yeah, if this YouTube kicks off, I'll be living a little better, lush life. We'll see. Well, thanks for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye.